this is, as I told you, I started with this line that this is very beautiful subject. Why I told you this? Because it is not that we are human beings, emotions drive us, and we have high and low times in all of our lives. Now, be it a childhood stage or adolescence or whichever stage is it, the life can roll you down, can show you different sides. So it is very important to recollect yourself and be ready to face the challenges. Now, why we are having this course? See, be it if you are a student of management or development studies or whatever course is it, it is important to know the psychology behind why we are doing this particular thing, why are we feeling that particular way, why we are not liking something, why it is so that it has a keen interest of ours into a particular thing. So it all brings us to this counseling and development. If you talk about the foremost thing, see, let's assume, because we have been into this student life, we have been into matriculation and intermediate, like high school and A levels, and we have faced very positive and negative side of schooling. If we had counselors during those days, what did they talk about? If anybody of you want to say, if I am a counselor, you are a student, I need to know the background, why the things which are happening to you, which you are worried about, you are confused about, why these are happening with you. So if you come to me and ask me why only me, then in order to answer that question, I cannot give the answer directly. I need to know the whole history. Maybe I should know, if we are talking about school life, different stages that a child goes through while growing up. So if we are talking about the child, we should know at least about those stages, human development stages: infancy, early childhood, adolescence, early adulthood. Why do we need this? This is the prerequisite. Why do we need this? Because this knowledge, the knowledge about these areas, will make it possible for us as counselors, to understand the relevance, that where should we start, and that too without violating certain code of conduct. We should help those clients, those learners, to overcome life challenges which are associated with the problems which we ourselves have to identify. And then we will be able to figure out what has happened with those people who want to have guidance or counseling from us. So before going ahead, we should know about the inside and outside the environment they have been brought up into. Okay, so it has many human theories, development theories aspects: social development, moral development. We have influences, we are influenced by different people, so that personality development, generalized socialization process, all these things influence young people as they only interact with the environment, and whatever they got it from the internal and external surroundings. So if someone asks you, what do you mean by counseling? So there are many definitions you can see here. there are many definitions. So we should go with, those which are from very elite clubs or institutions. For example, you can see here American Counseling Association and Division 17 of the American Psychology Association. They have defined this counseling, okay? And they say that counseling has to do with all of these pointers, okay? So before going ahead with these pointers, if we have to summarize in general terms, if you come to me and ask my advice on certain things, I would try to,
Oh, ma'am.
find out.
Yeah. Hello, ma'am. Please share the class link again to the group. Most of our brothers are not able to join due to the reason of link.
Oh, they don't have link?
I'd like to request you that please upload to the group the links again. Most of the person are not able to join.
Yeah, Mohammed, I have already, sent this on the
Yes,
group
ma'am.
only.
No, yes, ma'am. I know. So that I get, but most of the others are not finding that link. So that if you upload again, they will be able. Most of the person are requesting to me and giving message to the WhatsApp. So that I request to you.
Okay, okay, sure. Let me do it. I'm not in the WhatsApp group, but let me do this bit.
If you share your WhatsApp number, then I will able to aid you.
All right, let me share here. So, and do you want the link again here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Please, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I am asking if this is my course to join, or I am not, because I'm doing information and communication technology. Am I in the course or not?
So basically, this is for all of the bachelor students because this is the prerequisite. Certain course, when we have those core component that you have to take up that module, this is something that if still you have a query, you can reach out to this email address, which is class@yesbird.org, and they would give you the whole information regarding your course and timetable. Is it fine?
Okay, because I didn't find it in my timetable. It is not there. That's why I asked.
Okay. It is in your timetable, right?
Yes, it is not there in my timetable, but I was
What
given by
about on
someone to join.
what about on your Microsoft Teams? Is it there?
Yeah, call. That is also, if you've got this link and it was on your Teams, then that means you are there. This module is in your program, okay?
Okay, thank you, thank you.
All right. Is there any other query? Shall we start? I mean, resume.
Yeah,
So
continue,
for,
ma'am.
okay. So for those who have joined in later, let me give you a quick recap. So if we were just talking about what is counseling, we refer to this terminology very often, and we should know whenever someone says that I'm going for counseling, or I need counseling, or you need counseling, what does it mean? So that means an interaction, an interactive relationship that takes place between whom? Between the counselor who provides you the counseling or the guidance and the client, that means you yourself. So this is the general definition of counseling. Now you might wonder that if we are saying counseling, we also say that guidance. Teacher, can I have your guidance, please? I'm not sure whether I need to go with this option or that option. Then can we say or use this word interchangeably, like these two words, counseling and guidance? Can we use these two words interchangeably? Can anybody want to give any input to define these two? Please raise your hands. Okay. When we say
Please
guidance,
repeat the
am I audible?
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was saying, what is the difference between counseling and guidance? So when we say guidance, it is like it offers you suggestions to find out alternatives, what to choose. But when we say counseling, it is of course suggestion, but it also tries to teach you methods for reaching out your goals, which help you determine what your goals are. Okay? So when we say counseling, you can see here the definition by American Counseling Association. Basically, a professional counseling is the process of building relationships with individuals that empower them to accomplish what? What do you think? What are our goals, main survival goals? Mental health, wellness, education, career goals. These are those sort of things where we struggle and we need guidance. As a student, as a learner, we can be learner throughout our lifetime and we need guidance and counseling every now and then. So if we have to take guidance, this will be a sort of an interaction. And when it comes to counseling, it is the process of building that relationship that you can ask for help. Okay. So it is like a collaborative relationship between the person who provides you counseling, that is the counselor, and the client. So if we talk about professional counseling, what sort of things we find like we struggle in? It may be an individual counseling where the focus is like on growth and mental health of an individual, right? If the person is struggling mentally or the growth wise, that career growth maybe, then we take this sort of or provide this sort of counseling, individual counseling. Then we have maybe when we don't go in professionalism, it may be couple or marriage counseling, family counseling, and group counseling. It is like it has different purposes to serve, but the main core thing is common, which is to empower the mental health, wellness, education, career goals, and stability in life. So when it comes to marriage counseling, it is like assisting couples in overcoming conflict and working towards a stronger relationship. So again, relationship comes into picture. When it is individual counseling, it is the relationship of yourself with your inner soul, which you have to bring in. When it comes to family counseling, you know, we have different cultures. In UK, US, you can say there are families, the students, the people, they are in very early stages of their adolescence, even without having that liable stage, they estrange themselves from their parents. Whereas there are family where the children cannot live without their parents. So different sort of familial dynamics can impact your mental health, your wellness. And to help you with that, to know how they affect the family structure, family counseling is there. Then you have group counseling, where, let's say we have today, we all belong to different trades, different fields, different disciplines. We may have a networking event, maybe via LinkedIn, via any online thing. We can have that networking event where everybody can introduce themselves and we can find new opportunities. If we are stuck somewhere, then we can ask for help from our seniors if they are into same field. So if we have group counseling, that means we are using it for a group interaction to facilitate the growth. So you can see what is counseling. Counseling is a profession. Here you can see counseling deals with personal, social, vocational, and educational concerns. When we say vocational, that means those courses, those skills which are required to get employment. These are other than the literary skills, maybe personality development, okay, plumbing, gardening, these are vocational skills. It can help you. For example, if somebody comes to me and asks that, I am very, at the moment, I'm not comfortable with my thoughts. So I can advise that person that, please, what is your hobby? Tell me. What was the last time when you did something and you enjoyed it like anything? So I would suggest him or her that if that thing can give you joy, then start doing it more often. Or, take out your time, take out your spare time, leisure time, and start working on those, developing those vocational skills so that you can earn from them. So if, when we have hobbies and we incorporate those hobbies in our employment part, we can find ourselves so fortunate if we can get the job and employment in that field where we enjoy. So this is how, if we have blurred chain of thoughts and we want to clear it, we can have this counseling. So you can see, next point is, counseling is conducted with persons who are considered to function within the normal range. Now, what does it mean? See, we have people, we cannot take counseling from anybody. It is very important for a counselor to know how to deal with certain things with objective view. Can you think of a scenario that there is a group of people, your age people, and you go to them, you never, you don't interact with everybody. You find your comfort space, or you try telling them your secrets and to see whether they are, spilling the beans or not. So it is important in counseling to follow certain code of conduct. What are these? Firstly, and the foremost thing is the most important thing, confidentiality. In any case, you can never ever reveal the conversation, the discussion you had with your client. Whether you are performing it as a profession or you are just practicing it, please keep it confidential so as people feel comfortable with you to share the things. You know, we human today, depression, anxiety, why it is there? Because we refrain ourselves to share our thoughts, share what we are thinking. And we should be open up. We cannot trust today. We don't trust. It's like trust is ending from the world. But we have to bring that vibe again, those traditional vibes that yes, we can trust people. So, confidentiality is the first code of conduct. Then you need to have, you need to be tolerant enough, you know, with the objectivity. For example, you should offer options that are clear, and you should always tell your client, like a doctor, that these are the merits and demerits of what you are saying. Just show them the clear picture. You know why they're asking you for the counseling? Because they think that you know more than them. You have more experience than them. And you can see the wider picture than them. When we have, you know, when we are stuck into different thoughts and we don't have growth mindset, then we are only able to see the small picture. If we fail in our examination, oh my God, this is the end of the life. No. If you see the bigger picture, everybody has a purpose to serve. When you are there, here, you know, you are given birth, and it is like you have a purpose to serve. If you believe in maybe God, if you are atheist, any environment, any such factor in which you believe, that has given you a task. That supernatural power has given you a task to fulfill. So make sure you know and are ready as a client to deal with all the merits and demerits. And as a counselor, you should give the clear picture, spelled out very loudly, very clearly, that this is what happens if you choose this path and this with that path. So objectivity has to be there. You need to be impersonal. Okay. So these are the code of conduct. When we say counseling, it focuses on development and prevention of serious mental health problems. And how can we do so? By listening to our clients, by telling them that, you know, by giving them that sort of comfort. Counseling emphasizes on what? Growth as well as remediation. You know, it is not that sometimes we all only see the negativity, falsified facts, and everything which is going around us is wrong. This is when we start thinking this way, then assume that you need counseling. And as a counselor, what we are supposed to do? We have to try to create a positive environment for our client. And it should not be very fictitious. It should not be like that the client is able to figure out that, you know, you are setting up unrealistic goals for them. You are telling them, oh, don't worry, everything will be fine. No, be realistic. You have to tell them, firstly, ask them the story. So focus, this counseling session focuses on providing therapeutic treatments to the clients who experience a wide variety of symptoms, okay? So if it asks that, you know, counseling is a profession, how it is a profession? Because counseling is often performed, it is like a career, and it can be performed face to face in confidential session. It was a very traditional way of doing it. But today in internet days, we may have counseling via telephone. You know, in some of the countries, they have Samaritan's number where what you can do, whenever you feel lonely, you feel low, you can just call them and they will be available for you to just speak and pour out your emotions. How cool is that? So via telephone you can do, in writing, sometimes people have this diary entry habit. They keep it so that, if they are not finding anybody, any suitable person to share their thoughts with, they keep this in writing and make their diary their friend, just like example of Annie Frank. So in writing, we can do counseling. By email, by video conferencing, we can do counseling. In counseling, you need to be very tolerant. You need to listen more. Some people say, why do we have 2 ears and 1 mouth? Because we have to listen more. We are given the task to listen more and speak less. So it is the ability, the counseling is the ability to listen and respond in a way that will help others to solve their problems and attain their potential. But you know what? You should not give them the solution directly. You should you should give them the opportunity to find out where they are stuck, how they can get rid of it. Life is a maze. You have to come out of it. It is also the art, counseling is theory based. It has a structured setting that, once you come in, I need to ask you this and that, and then it flows like, it is like a flow. It is a process in which clients learn how to make decisions and formulate new ways of behaving, feeling, and thinking. How? Because, it is kind of an art where you as a counselor are helping others so as to arrive at the right decision, the right answer. But you are not telling them the answer. You are just helping them to analyze their own thoughts and then come to the situation, come to the right answer. And please remember, counseling is a process which has to be done very skillfully, because as a counselor, you cannot attempt to influence the values and belief of the client. Are you getting my point?
Yes, we are following, ma'am.
Yes,
Great.
we are following.
Yes, we're following.
Yeah. Right. So I was saying that, see, every person, let's say if I am an Indian, obviously I'm an Indian, so I'm an Indian counselor and you come to me and I am forcing you to follow such beliefs. For example, if I believe in some God and you are an atheist and I'm telling you that, do meditation, do this bit, and you will feel very better. Because I also do this. No, don't impose your things on that person. You have to make that natural environment. It is an art which has to be done skillfully. You should not change that person from his or her inner core. You should not try to influence the values and beliefs. It is all right. You just need to clear his or her thoughts, because he has got or she has got a chain of thoughts and everything is so mind-boggling that he or she is not able to understand where to go, which path to choose. So don't, stay away from values and beliefs at least, and try to only analyze, try to give them scenarios where they feel that, what is happening with them is common. It's okay if they are having these thoughts. And give such examples where they can also feel that, I am not an abnormal person. Make that person understand or improve their behavior, character, and life circumstances. They should accept themselves. They should try to accept themselves. And you know what people do? People think that, counseling is only required when things are out of control. When, there is a time of change or crisis. No. Ideally, it should be, there is no time of counseling. It is important if you are feeling a bit low, just reach out to people, try to become an extrovert. And if you mingle with people, if you try to make network, you will feel that you are not alone in these life struggles. Everybody has got their own story. So it is all right. And when we share things, we find that, we are getting solutions, those vibes from each other, through which we can be able to cope up. If someone asks you, guidance, can I say counseling is a guidance? So guidance is like giving leadership. It may be a suggestion, leadership. If you are supervising someone, then also you are guiding him or her. If you are directing someone, you are giving direction, guidance. Yeah, means any future action, if you want to give suggestion for that to the person, it is guidance. So it has more to do with something in which you are not sure of, something that you don't know about. And you have someone who is familiar, who is experienced, and can explain that thing to you. So this is guidance. But when we say counseling, counseling has something to do with the troubles you have. Okay, so we can say guidance is like pre-problem. Pre-problem. What does it mean? Is anybody wants to talk? To raise any point? Okay, so I was saying that if you say guidance is a pre-problem. That means at the moment or by now, no problem has been identified. It is like you are finding it very normal to ask for an advice. It is guidance. But when problem has been identified, and that's why counselor is there to help you addressing that problem. But at the moment you are not at the point where you can resolve it. So that is counseling. Getting my point? Are we on the same page?
Yes, we are.
Yes, Professor, we are together.
Great. So here you can see counseling is conducted with persons who are concerned to function within the normal range. So sometimes, there are very, very severe cases when people are like, they are not ready to listen. So counseling, you can try it for once, but that is not for the extremist. Where people are not ready to understand, then only psychiatrists can help them. But counseling is the phase between guidance and, before going to psychiatrist. It is like you are able to cope up. You just need that clarity, and hence counselors come into picture. That's correct, Mohammed. Good, I've read your answer. Okay, so I was saying you need to have those people who are ready to listen, who are from the normal range. And you need to know different types of theories. For example, if you are in management and you have to deal, in any sort of business, maybe you can be a team leader or a follower in the team. right? So in both of the perspectives, you need to know whatever steps you are taking. Let's say if we talk about motivation, your team is not performing well. You have no idea to do what to get rid of this problem because you are not getting outputs. It is the extreme pressure you are facing from your hierarchy. Now, what you would do? Maybe you can start asking your team that what's the problem, guys? Have I not provided you proper guidance, instructions, or what is there which you are finding difficult, challenging, or the gap? Then your team, you will try to analyze. Maybe some people would not speak up, but you can realize that there is a problem in motivation. Some people, they are motivated towards, they need rewards for everything. They need extrinsic motivation. They are not ready to do anything without that reinforcement which can make them work. Maybe the fear of losing their jobs, that's why they're doing it. So that fear is making them less productive, less efficient. Some people are like, they're extra motivated, intrinsically motivated, and they are doing their work. But as a team leader, if you want to counsel them, okay, not as a profession, but just to help them. So what you would do? You would classify those people into two groups. One who are having the common traits, having motivation, and others who are not ready to do work. Now, you have to come up with the solution. Either you start guiding them that, see, this is our common, just inspire them and motivate them with your communication skills, persuade them that yes, we have to do this. If we will progress, company will progress, then we will also get some, something, some sort of whatever things they want to hear about, monetary or something like that. Or if they are not ready to listen, then try to give those tasks. Let's say those tasks which need less efforts can be given to the group B who is not ready to do tasks. Okay, otherwise memos can be provided. So these are the things when you are involved in. But if you call them and tell them you are not doing things in a right manner, may I ask you what is the problem if I can help you with? And then they'll start telling you the story, their side of story. And you will jot down all the points which can help you in building the theory and then reach out to the conclusion. Then you will show them two paths. If they choose this alternative or if they do that, then these are the repercussions and results. Then they can take their decision by themselves. Maybe this can help them in taking the decision in a right manner. So this is how a team leader can also work as a counselor. But sometimes for a professional counselor, it is not sometimes, it is definitely you need a degree for that. But at the moment, whichever field you are going, this module is important to know the behavior of the people you are surrounded with so as to have that output from your team, or as a follower, you can give your input to the team. Are you getting the significance of why we are having it?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Yes, we are getting.
Mohammed Anas, you are saying something?
Yes, ma'am.
You have mentioned here, please type, ma'am. What should I write?
A question, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Due to the lack of network, I'm not able to listen properly, so that please.
Okay. Okay. So, Tonix, you are asking, do counselors undergo regular checkups to determine whether they are in a good mental state so that they can be in a position to help others, considering it's regarded as a professional practice? Absolutely. They also need to be checked upon because ultimately,
Yes,
if yes,
yes, absolutely, it is right. We have to do a regular checkup. If we do regular checkup, it will be very helpful for us to find out our life, to find out the problem, where we have to fix the problem, etc. And finally, they will get a position, top position. Position means top position. If the counselor work hardly, also member have to work hardly. If everybody work hardly actively, they can get a top position.
right, right. You know what we are supposed to do? See, we humans are social animal. So everybody with whom we meet, we have such an influence that the mood, the vibes which we are getting from others can affect us. So let's say if I had a very bad day at home this morning and I came to work, and at work, don't you think that thing would be reflected in the efficiency, in the behavior with my colleagues, and so on and so forth? So if I'm a doctor, a counselor, and at the such reputable professions where my things, my mentality, my well-being will affect my client with their wellness, with their health, then I cannot take risk. So it is important for us to be very, that's why people say that please keep your professional personal life altogether different. This is because, however, we cannot keep it always, but it is important for us as counselors to have this routine checkup. And that's why big giants, those companies, they care for their employees and have this counseling sessions every now and then. Maybe if a policy of a company is like that, after 3 lates you will be getting a salary deduction, or you will be given a memo, then you can be called off. And let's say you are such a person who is so punctual, and after a few years you are getting late for your work for past 1 week, then they would call you. Is everything okay with you at your home, at your in your personal life? They would ask you. This is how we care for people. And for that we need to observe things, that why there is a sudden change in the behavior, in the attitude, in the things which a person is doing and it was used to do. Why there is a shift in the behavior? When we start observing, be it our kids, the students with whom we are dealing, we have to see the difference. And it is not that when we take, when we do our work, we have to give our 100%. If you are at your workplace, give your 100%. Like, be there with all of your heart and soul. If you're at home, just think about your family, your people, so that there is no splitting of yours. When the splitting comes now, you think like you have a lot to do and you never give 100% to one particular thing. Your people also think that you are lagging somewhere, and this breaks down the relationship, the networking. People start thinking at work, people can say that this person is very arrogant because you are reacting that way. So we need to see the behavior, and we need to try, and we have to observe ourselves also, that when do we need that individual counseling? What is happening which is making us reacting this way? So it has many various aspects, and that's why it has subspecialties. Maybe someone is specialized in family business, like counseling in family. individual. And in individualism also, we have different sort of counseling. Maybe some person, for me, a person like me, it is very important for me to get a positive feedback. Some people, they don't like critically, they don't like to be critically analyzed. They don't like negative feedbacks, and that, and and not to have that negative feedback, they give their 100% and try to be that perfectionist. This is also harmful, because we are human beings, we make mistakes, we do mistakes. So in case of that mistake, they feel like, this is the end of the story. Now my promotion will not be given, things will change. And they always think, if they wish good morning to someone and from their side no response comes, so they think, oh, have I done something wrong? Is everything okay with me? So all these thoughts, everybody has got different thoughts. Somebody thinks that career is the foremost thing for them, and they are not able to keep that work life balance. And so they come into this, they need counseling for that. So there are specialties. Some counselors are specialized in uh, chunking, dividing your tasks in such a manner that you don't feel overburdened. Some are in can deal with your emotional sense, why you are feeling that way. Some can help you in your career development. So there are specialties, and they can, act accordingly. Then guidance. Biswalo has given this statement, this definition of guidance, that it is a term used to denote the process of helping an individual. So what you are doing, you are helping an individual in what? To gain self-understanding, self-direction, so that he can adjust maximally to home, schools, or community environment. Making sense, right? So it is when you are not feeling anything, like you don't have that much problem, you are just asking whether I'm in the right direction or not. But when it takes a step ahead and moves to, taking you towards a problem, and you're finding it difficult to gain this self-understanding and self-direction, then you need counseling. Okay, is it fine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, it's okay.
So
It's fine.
Yes.
now what I'm going to do here in this counseling and development team section, in files, in classwork, I'll upload this file. I'll upload in the class materials. You will be able
In
to
the
get
chat
it.
box, upload
Sorry?
your file. It will be very happy.
Come up again, please.
I share the chat box a WhatsApp group link. If
Okay,
you join
okay,
there
okay.
and upload your file, it will be, because we are facing some of the problem to get into the files from the Microsoft Teams.
Got you, Moment. I'll join this, and rest of the people also can think of joining it.
All of the candidates or brothers, please join. It will be very helpful for us.
Right, okay. So I was saying, is there anybody who wants to give any sort of feedback for today's session?
Yes, ma'am. It was a positive session. Thank you for
Okay.
the session.
Thank you, James. Anybody else?
Yeah, the class was just fine. Yeah, we learned a lot.
Great, thank
We
you, Luca.
understand everything. Yeah, we understand everything. And yeah, you were like, maybe you were counseling us. Okay, so we get everything, right?
Okay. Great.
Hello,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Yes, Kingsley? Hello?
I think Tonic slide ask a question in the chat box. I think you didn't tackle that question.
Okay, let me see. Where is it? Do you mean this question, Lago? Kingsley? Difference between counseling and therapy?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I asked.
Okay. So basically, when we say counseling, see, after guidance, when you share, suggestions, it is one step ahead. You will come to counseling, where in counseling, you are setting up, building up the interaction. And therapy is a broader term. Counseling is one of the aspects of therapy where you are providing therapeutic effect in terms of emotions, in terms of building relationship. But therapy can be biological also. Here, what we are doing is in terms of psychological and physiological aspect by changing the behavioral pattern of the person. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's not clear.
Is it not?
No, I got it clear now.
Okay, great. And Kingsley, do you have any other question? I think
No, ma'am. There's no
okay.
question. That's clear.
Great. So we will be having this class every what is it called? What's today? Wednesday. Okay, same time. So you all can join in, and I'll add some case studies here related to counseling. Please have a look at the study material. Okay, and if you have any doubt, you can reach out to me via chat. Okay. Great. So you have a nice evening. You take care. Bye-bye.
Good night, ma'am.
Night.